Just waiting a little bit to see who joins. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Sitting out here and enjoying some fresh air. Oh, yeah, I'm resting my leg. I ended up getting up into a little scuffle here earlier. I think I tore something in my calf. No, I couldn't sleep. I need to sleep, but we went out for a nice dinner. Yeah, we came out here because my daughter's boyfriend's mom has cancer and she's never seen the ocean. And we came out here to see the sunset over the ocean. And her fiance is having jealousy issues. Driving like a maniac. And I told him to step out of the car. I wanted to have a talk with him. So he jumps out of the car. Well, he jumps out of the car, doesn't put it in park. The car takes off, pushes me down. I push him back into the car so he can stop the car. And I ended up tearing something in my calf and skinning my elbow up. Not a big deal, but I'm sure at some point he's going to cry. There we go. Hey, black sheep. Well, I can't hardly walk right now. calf's pretty damn sore. Tried to walk it off and it doesn't seem to help. Nah, I don't need to see a doctor. I do a lot of my own natural healing. I can fix it. Just pisses me off that we come out here to enjoy ourselves and this is the kind of crap that we gotta deal with. People jeopardizing the safety of others because they want to drive like a fanatic. I would if I was home. Tried to get to the store earlier and we got a car rental, so I'm kind of wheelless. But I'm about a block away from the ocean. You can see it right there. Sitting over here at the Marriott. I don't know, Spring Hills. There. Never been to California, so this is my first visit, and I guess it'll be memorable. Well, I thought if I'd done anything to him while the car was rolling away, it might hit somebody or smash the car, so I didn't retaliate at that point. I just wanted to talk to him and see if I couldn't get him to understand that the way he's acting is really immature. San Diego. That's what I said, if anybody wants to come and hang out or whatever. Anybody in this area. I was going to do some auditing, but I can't even hardly walk now. Tried to do a little bit earlier. Parking meter guy was giving city donations out to the visitors here in Kansas. Well, I lived in Kansas for about the last 20 years. Came to Colorado and thought we'd go to California for a little vacation since none of us has ever really had one. All right, you take care, Black Sheep. I went down and recorded a lot of the people that was down on the beach playing in the water. Talked to some homeless people, and I really don't see what, I don't know, I just don't see the homeless hide it, I guess, that they're homeless, because you'd look at them and you wouldn't know it. I lived in Lebanon, Kansas, over by Smith County. Where are you at? Ah, you're in Topeka. You probably know a friend of mine. His name is Dennis Rogers. He's pretty famous. Native American. He's a dancer, spirit dancer. He travels with Black Hawk, goes out to Wakanda Lake, and travels all over the United States. Yeah, I can relate to that. I don't get out much either. I'm kind of a nerd. Spend a lot of time in front of the computer. Lately, it's been trying to look after these guys that keep getting in trouble and trying to come up with ways to get them out of trouble. One guy in Georgia, he was in jail, got him out. I was supposed to do some audits with First Amendment strike. Worked too much and yeah, that's a good thing though. Hi, Red Rider. Where are you located at? Right on. Kind of a blurry picture there. There, it cleared up, I guess. Oh, I'm recovering from a little scuffle earlier. I wished I would have filmed it. It was probably surprised the cops didn't show up. They said they were on their way. I'm not sure if my scuffle wasn't with the cops. Are you guys having a conversation? I was going to do this earlier, but had to rest my leg. Do you guys know if there's anybody around this San Diego? I know Daniel, he does a lot around Los Angeles. I'm about 5 hours away from there here in San Diego, I guess. I was hoping to meet some of the other auditors. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Tom Zebra and wow, I'm tired. I can't think of their names right off the top of my head. The guy that's always at the airport. A lot of them that I thought lived here in California live in Texas. Freeman and all them guys, I thought they were all California bound. Well, as long as we look after each other, I think that's the best thing we can do, is just make sure we're all taken care of. Proven time and time again, if you don't, we'll be taken advantage of. I'm glad that Bao's getting some resolution. Got him out of solitaire, that's a big plus. Can't believe how quiet it is here. A block away from the ocean. The ladies must be hard on the men here. I see them running down the street. The ladies want to know, have you seen that guy? Well, thank you. You guys can hear me all right? Cool. Cool, thank you. Yeah, you will. I recorded a lot today. Sub to the channel and you'll probably get notifications. I didn't bring a lot of stuff with me. I was going to bring a drone and check for sharks and stuff. Kid wanted to go in the ocean and I was kind of against it, and then I didn't realize we were a block away from it. So I went down there. There was a bunch of other food in the water. Thank you. Yeah, I was hoping to bump into some people, if you mean me. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I really thought California was going to be this wild, crazy, psychotic place with all these nut jobs, and it's been totally the opposite. Come on, focus a little bit. I can't seem to get the background to focus. I put it on me, but phone's liable to get tired. Sitting out here on the patio at the hotel. Spring Hill Suites. Was you? Yeah, this is a treat for me. The camera focused. I've never done much of anything. Yeah, this is a real treat. This is definitely something that well, I was hoping to see more sights, but I don't think I'm going to do too much. I think I'm going to be stuck in the room for a while because of my leg. I wish you'd have had that car in park instead of drive. I was more worried about the car hitting somebody or smashing into the side of the building. Wished I would have been recording that. Kind of protective over my daughter. That's the reason why I came here. She was going to come out here with her boyfriend and his mother. She's got cancer and never done anything her whole life. Never went anywhere or seen anything, so we come out here in case something happens to her. She can at least give her kid a good memory. Oh, I'm tough. Now my daughter's fine. It's the boyfriend's mother has cancer. And she wanted to bring my daughter so her son had a more memorable event. And I wasn't about to let my kid come to California without me. Oh, that's fine. With all the abductions and trafficking and stuff like that, I won't let my kid out of my sight. Never have. Yeah, kids come first. More than anything. You got to take care of your future caregivers. They make the decisions for you later on in life, so we're not training them well enough. We're not doing right by them. We try to the best of our ability, but we're not even close. There's too much fighting against us. Politics, money, everything, our food. You're poisoned to the point where you can't even be functional as a normal human being. It seems like everybody's so screwed up, and that's normal. Man, I wish there was a little bit of light out there. Sure is pretty. Hmm. Thank you. I have always tried to leave this place better than I found it. Unfortunately, I run into some resistance, but I'm not afraid to butt heads. I can throw down. Hey, we got more people, and I didn't realize that. Ooh. Well, whoever you are, welcome. Lost you there for a second. Who else we got in here? Not even sure how to check. Supposed to be good at communications, but never had a smartphone my whole life. Wow, I'm surprised you can hear that. Get the phone to focus here, and on the background it looks pretty nice. There it goes. Holding it up. I wish I had something to stabilize it with. Grabbed some clothes and shoes and jumped on a plane. Had fun with the TSA. Checking my shoes for explosives, I guess. Nobody else got that kind of treatment with me. Must be on the list. I was going to go do some auditing with Eric Brandt and First Amendment strike. Colorado News, or News Now Colorado, and I have not been able to hook up with them guys. They're all over the place. I wasn't getting a lot of their notifications. What's Fusion? Let me switch positions a little bit. I don't want to make you guys sick. There we go. Has it been hot? No, it's been humid. I hate Kansas weather. Starts off freezing to death all winter and then 0 to 100, 110 in the shade. Yeah, I don't understand that. It's so humid, but you can't buy a drop of water. Let's see. Just not enough light to really enjoy what I'm looking at. I kind of like to go back home to Kansas. I'm not very satisfied with Colorado, and California sure is nice here. Now I see why everybody likes it. What do you mean, what other states but Kansas? I lived in North Carolina, if that's what you mean. Kansas, Colorado. Oh, I've seen a lot of places, but it's not the same as living in a place. Passing through and breaking down because your alternator went out on a vehicle or something. It's not really living anywhere. First time I ever flown in a plane was today. Been on hundreds of them, but never flown. Well, you can't spend all your time working. You're going to be there, like the reason we're here. You'll have some kind of terminal illness, and then you're going to want to take a last ditch effort to go do something and realize you could have done that the whole time. That's what I was talking to the homeless here about. They like being homeless. They still live, they still survive the same as they always have. They just have less bills, less responsibilities, have more free time. Flying made me sick. I mean, from the time that thing took off and started gaining altitude, my head never stopped feeling the pressure. And then on the way down, I mean, you can feel the up, you can feel the down, but I didn't know we were that close to the ground when we landed because I didn't hear the pilot say anything about get ready to land. Man, when we hit that runway, everybody shot forward, and that was kind of a trip. I really thought I would freak out. I have a lot to live for. I'm that guy that screams if it crashes on the way down. And earlier, I figured if I would have retaliated and fought with the guy that was fighting. Hello. I think the pilot, he deliberately tipped the wings so we could see the ground and take pictures or whatever of the water and stuff. I'm doing okay now. A little scuffle I had earlier messed me up. I think you were talking to somebody else there. You guys know each other. Need to give some of you guys some subs, moderators. I don't have any, but I don't need any right now, I guess. Chill up. How do you say that? I hate to get it wrong. Chill works. As long as I don't call you a chalupe, huh? I did. I put a like on it. I thought you'd see it. Are you getting notifications now? Well, I kind of thought the same thing. My computer does not give me a lot of the notifications for anything hardly. And I don't have any viruses, I don't have any malware, nothing. It's totally clean. Everything should just be working fine, everything's updated. Well, it seems to suck all the time because I hardly ever get any notifications. I always get them 30 minutes after they quit. And I like to participate. Doesn't work out so well if you're not being notified of who's jumping on, who's getting, you know. It's not hard to get burned out when you dedicate all your time to, you know, paying attention to the chats, other people who are freedom fighting. When they get in trouble and you're trying to help them out, you can really rack your brain to the point where you get exhausted mentally. I was getting to that point, but with Bao and James, I don't want to see James in the same boat that Bao's in, but I sure as hell don't want to see Bao stuck in there for as long as he's been in there. Even refreshing it didn't do anything. Not for me. I didn't know that if you clicked it several times, it gave you different options. Well, Bao's is getting better. If people wrote to the city clerk or the county clerk, you can turn the judge in for basically derelict of duty. and it has to be audited by the feds, or excuse me, by the Supreme Court. And once they do that, then they can remove that judge. They can analyze everything that they've done wrong and punish them accordingly. And I'm pretty sure that's coming real soon, where Bow's at. And hopefully it won't get that far with James. But they sure take advantage of the system to punish people for doing the right things. You can't punish good people and get away with it. It's just not going to happen. There'll be restitution for Bow. I'm sure he'll be a wealthy man. Bow will probably never have to work the rest of his life. Well, procedure doesn't make it right. It might be a procedure, but it's still against the law. Procedure doesn't take precedence over your rights. And when rights are violated, there has to be restitution. And Bow being in that solitary confinement can really mess up a guy's brain. I hope he's strong enough that he had enough interaction outside of there, even in solitary confinement, that he could retain his sanity. For Bow, shoot, I didn't have internet there last month, all month. I was so broke, but I gave Brian King $20. Well, it'll come out in the end. I mean, you're not gonna incarcerate somebody for something they didn't do and not have some kind of restitution for it. That judge is going to pay with her job. Hope she gets some time out of it. Yeah, I should have some money pretty soon, and I'd like to donate to a lot of them, and I will. But I ran into kind of a financial crisis because I spent so much time doing this. I started out in 9/11 when that happened. I saw the Twin Towers come down, but I saw footage of the pillars cut at a 45-degree angle that never aired again. And that didn't settle well with me. So I knew there was something really going on there that was bigger than everybody's brains was capable of understanding. And the way they had the videos all rigged for us to believe their little story, it didn't fly. I was the tinfoil hat wearing guy. I missed that last part. I gotta go back and see it. Oh yeah, there's people still in jail that never been tried for anything. They're just sitting there. You used to believe 9/11 was a terrorist attack? It was. But the terrorists were in our government. Well, that and Israel. Israel's the one that holds the keys to everything. That and the Queen of England. Yeah, I don't like how deceptive they are. They tell you one thing and you look in their eyes and see that they're totally telling you the opposite. You look at the people at Israel, you look at how healthy they are, uh, and we're constantly being poisoned, and they're at tip-top shape of health. Um, you look at all these other countries, how they're being overrun with immigrants and destroying everything about what they are. Israel is an evil place. I just can't believe that everybody has to be so blind to what's going on around them that our children don't have a future. And by the time everybody wakes up, it'll be too late. And I don't want to leave this world knowing that I couldn't do anything about it for my kids, so I'm going to fight every day. Yeah, that's true. But I guess if you play the game the way they want you to play it, we can all live. But if it gets to the point where we're not doing what they want, they're going to try to eradicate us. That's what I'm afraid of. I feel the ground shake there in Colorado all the time. And I know it's not earthquake. It's basically underground trains. I can time when it happens that the ground shakes. So they really got something going on underground. Makes me wonder if they're not moving heavy equipment, tanks or something. Yeah, I speak a lot of truth and a lot of people don't want to hear it. They can't process it. And that's a shame. Because the perfect little world that they've built around themselves doesn't exist. And then if you're like me, you know all this stuff. You can crash people's worlds and they don't want to hear it. And after I know it, I would rather not know it. I've seen things that I can't unsee. And all that stuff with Obama and Hillary and Pizzagate. I did a lot of research into that stuff. Progress may take time, but I'm afraid that the Bible has a lot to do with what's going on here. There's too many, how do you call it, a coincidence when everything around you is biblical? I'm not a Bible thumper, but I used to be a cadet and was reverent, obedient, compassionate, consecrated, trustworthy, pure, loyal, grateful, industrious, and cheerful. And then I didn't believe that there was a God, because why would a God who knows everything create all this destruction and hate? If you knew something bad was going to happen, why would you let it? But if you look around you, you see supposedly we're getting videos from outer space that don't have stars. But if that's the case, then the Bible's right, because all the stars are within the firmament. And the sun and the moon are within our own atmosphere. And the whole time we're on that plane, and I'm looking at this ocean, I'm looking at how flat it is. I can see forever, and I don't see any bit of curvature whatsoever. None. Yeah, I don't consent. People get frustrated, think they're doing too much, not getting enough back for their efforts. Yeah, I love autocorrect. Saves me from getting my feet stuck too deep in my mouth. Back in October 12th, I told Mr. Trump about all of our communications being swapped out. And that's when you heard about Hillary Clinton and wiretapping and all that crap coming down. I put GoGo Air in out in Kansas. They're in north central Kansas. That's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. I put the GoGo Air in so you could have in-flight communications. And that was back when 9/11 happened. So I was pinging the airplanes that were supposed to be stuck in a building, and I could see them just as plain as day sitting at the airport. Just the same as the phone company doesn't give you your neighbor's phone bill, I'm not pinging the wrong plane. In 2010, I found the firmware on the computers that everybody was hiding. It was the beginning for me. 9/11 was the beginning for me. That's when I woke up. I woke up and turned into a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. The thing about it is, every conspiracy has always been proven true. Young adults don't know life before texting or anything after it. I can't communicate with my own kid because she's busy texting. Every time you ask them to do something, just a minute, I click, 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 click. I tell her she's going to die one of these days and she's going to have cancer of the hands and the face, microwaving herself all the time with these little devices. I thought Obama was going to be the white horse that rode in and saved the day. I can't believe that tyrant almost bankrupt this whole country. Stealing trillions of dollars. Yeah, I'm never going to give the benefit of the doubt again. I always thought people are smarter than me, they can handle it. You know, they're trained for this or that. I'm not in that line of work. It's not up to me. Then I realized it's my fault because I thought that. That's why I fight so hard all the time. Well, yeah, the alternative was, oh boy, if she would have got in, we'd have 500,000 people living in the United States, probably in the whole world. And she's killed so many people. 500,000 children in Iraq that were under the age of 6. That doesn't even touch the adults. Everybody thinks that was a third world country. They were the first ones to do a successful heart transplant. Well, I know better people pumping gas at a gas station than we got running our country. Much better candidates bagging groceries. People who have talents beyond just the job they have. That t-shirt that says, I'm a college graduate, would that be paper or plastic? I graduated in 2014. I competed against all the colleges in the United States and Puerto Rico, and I got 6th place in communications. I'm unemployed. I'm overqualified. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get a job. Now I know. All that information that I had, I used all my skill that I could think of to try to figure out what the hell was going on. And that's when I found the Kill Switch 303 on October the 11th, when they said that a backhoe up in New York for Time Warner Cable hit the trunk line. I seen things with Hillary, Podesta, things that I wished I'd never seen. Infants being bled for somebody to drink blood so they could get high and have their hormones. Things like that you can't unsee. You hear a kid screaming for their life, and it's not fake. You can't fake that. The distress that's in a voice when they're truly in distress. And these evil bastards want to keep taunting and getting away with it. I could never leave this world. I could never leave this world thinking this is what my kid has a future to look forward to. People that are so sadistic and satanic. John Podesta being, what's that rock band? I can't think of the name of them right off the top of my head. I'm real tired. Oh, geez. Anybody know? I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Well, the kid that supposedly hung himself and his friend that was in the rock band, gosh dang it. Usually I'm sitting at my computer at home and all I have to do is look up and it's right there. Hi, country gal. Yeah, I know you are. Hope you got your situation worked out. I haven't resolved mine yet, but I get to see a grown man cry pretty soon. Lincoln Park. That's what I was trying to think of. Lincoln Park. John Podesta was his father. All right, country gal, you have a good night. The two band members that died from Lincoln Park, one of them was John Podesta's son. Yep, that was a fact. The Batman shooter, James Holmes, I ousted that too. I don't want to get none of that on you. 5:30? Ew, that's about time to go to bed. I'm sorry, this was such a lame chat. I was really hoping to get some good scenery and some good conversation, but we went out for a nice dinner and it turned to shit real quick. I thought somebody was going to get their ass ran over and somebody really deserved to have his ass beat. I thought I would give him a stern talking to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd have been a little quicker if I hadn't have messed up my leg. Had my daughter working on it, trying to help me get it to where I could walk around. This place is beautiful. I want to walk around and see some more of it. Film some more of the people down there on the beach. I just can't believe how perfect everything is right where I'm at. But I love you guys. You are the last hope for this world. It takes all of us together. You can't hate a single thing. Alright, well, I will cut this feed and people living in the mountains are a better hope. Well, maybe they won't feel so much of the blast. I just think about what they said when Fukushima happened. They said we had 17 years to live, and that was for everybody on the planet. And now they say 2 out of 3 people have cancer. Don't know the facts on that, but I could believe it. Yeah, you gotta film the police. I filmed a little bit today, but it was a parking attendant. They're really hot and heavy around here about parking. It's almost like you could make a living at it. Alright, well, thank you for your time, guys. I wish I had better everything to offer. The one thing I should have recorded, I didn't. I wasn't expecting that. That's usually when you should expect it, and my bad. Alright, guys, you have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. You bet. Turn that around. I'll get you guys some good footage tomorrow. Okay, guys. Take care. Love you.